Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the weekly diecast haul. Like I said in part 1, really good haul this week up in Watkins Glen, New York. And yeah, most of it's Gold Series, but I found some at the Knicks and finally some Winter Circle. So let's get into what I found this week. Starting with Grand End figure number 23, Champion Silverado. Pretty cool truck, like the way it looks. Yeah, this is just a cool truck to add to the collection. So, I love the yellow on it, at the front end. There's Allegiant Airlines right down there. And there's the rear. So, yeah, not too bad of a truck to add to the collection. I like the way it looks. So, yeah, awesome truck. So good. It's really cool to find this car up there. I found this at a Target, so it's really cool to add this truck to the collection. So yeah, that's awesome. Next up is Raja Caruth's number 24 Silverado from the truck series. And I found this at the same time as the end figure truck. And then two other vehicles which are later in the video. This Raja Caruth number 24 Silverado is really awesome. Gotta find this one and add it to the collection. This is a pretty cool looking truck. Cool to have a Raja Caruth truck in the collection as well, so can't go wrong with it. Just really happy to find this one. So, looks really good. And yeah, just an awesome truck to add to the collection, so that's awesome. Next up, starting with the Gold Series. Most of these are Gold Series, starting with the 2022 Daniel Suarez freeway insurance car. Really awesome Suarez freeway Chevy. Really glad to add this to the collection. Looks really cool. Like the 99 right there. Freeway on it. So yeah, pretty awesome car. Really like the way this looks. Got this when I saw Suarez last weekend, so glad to add this to the collection. That looks just really awesome, so yeah, awesome car. So I'm really glad to add this one to the collection. So that's really awesome. Next up is Ryan Blaney, number 12 discount tire Ford Mustang from last year. Oh, the way this Mustang looks. I've always wanted a Ryan Blaney discount tire scheme, so I can't wait to get this. I got this at the haulers at the Glen, the Penske hauler. Really got to get this. I love the number 12 discount. Front end looks really good. Just an awesome car to add to the collection. So, really got to add this one. Looks really good. Awesome Ford Mustang. So yeah, this is just an awesome Mustang to add to the collection, so I'm really glad to add it. So that's a great number 12 car to add to the collection, so that's really awesome. Next up is Erik Jones STP 43 throwback from last year. Really cool car. Couldn't get this signature. He's the only one I wasn't able to get this past weekend. That's alright. Still cool to get this one though. I got this one at a tent in the downtown Watkins Glen. It's just a really cool throwback scheme. I love the way it looks. I love the 43. I love that petty paint scheme. Just an awesome car to add to the collection. So I really like the Chevy. Love the way it looks. Just a cool car. Gotta finally add it to the collection as well. So I remember who drove us at Rooksboro last year. So just a cool car. So really glad to add it to the collection. So that's really awesome. Next up's another Erik Jones car I found last year. This is Guns N' Roses paint scheme from Daytona last year. Awesome car. Really glad to add this one to the collection as well. I just had to add these two cars because I missed them last year, and finding items is really awesome. Love this Guns N' Roses look, this paint scheme. symbol up front, Guns N' Roses, the 43. Just an awesome looking car. So I'm really glad to add this to the collection. Just looks really nice. This is a really cool casting to add, so I'm really glad I added it. And yeah, just an awesome one to add to the collection. Next up, the last 2023 diecast I found. It is Ross Chastain's Worldwide Express Nashville win. Love this paint scheme. See, one of the few Ross Chastain schemes I was missing. So I'm glad I finally added to the collection. What makes this one cool is I got it signed from Ross as well. So that's awesome. Love the way this car looks. Has confetti on it. Just a cool paint scheme. And cool that I got a sign as well. So, really awesome car. Love the way it looks. Can't go wrong with that. So, it's an awesome Worldwide Express #1 Ross Chastain car. So I love the way this car looks. So that's just an awesome one to add to the collection. Next up is a throwback from 1986. It is Tim Richmond's 25 Forgers 1986 Spring Pocono win. Gotta add this to the collection. I found this at 07 Collectibles and I had to add it to the collection. This is a really cool paint scheme. Some old school diecast. So I'm really glad to add this to the collection. Love that 25. Love how that front end looks. Forgers right there. These old school Hendrick cars are just awesome. So I'm really glad to add this to the collection. Just looks really good. So I'm really glad to add this car. So yeah, this is an awesome old school Monte Carlo from the 80s. So it looks really good. So yeah, really glad to add this to the collection, and this is an awesome car. So that's really cool to add to the collection. Next up, finally own this paint scheme. It is Justin Allgaier 7 Bandit horn car. Got this at the Junior Motorsports hauler. Just cool to finally add this paint scheme. Just a really cool car. And yeah, this looks really nice. Love that number 7. Bandit right there. Just really awesome. Has a corn as well. Just glad I finally add this to the collection. It looks really good. This is an awesome number 7 Camaro. So I'm glad to add this to the collection. So yeah, that's an awesome car to add. That chip doesn't look good on it though, but other than that, not too bad of a car to add to the collection. So that's awesome. Next up, it is Daniel Suarez number 14 Wendy's car. Cool to get this car in person. I was happy to finally add this to the collection. He drove to Daytona this year. So that's really cool. And I got a sign from Daniel. So that's awesome. It looks really good. Just Wendy's car does. So I'm really going to add a Wendy's car to my collection. Awesome car. And it just looks really good. So you can't go wrong with that. So yeah, it looks really good. I like this Camaro for Xfinity Series from this year. So that's awesome. So I'm really glad to add that to the collection. Next up, it is AJ Allmendinger's number 16 Mountain Dew Cheetos car from Bristol this year. Really gotta add this to the collection. Just a cool paint scheme. And it just recently came out for pre-orders and stuff, but I had to get it in person. So I'm glad I did. It looks really awesome. I love that 16 with the Mountain Dew, the Cheetos scheme. Love that front end. Cheetos and Mountain Dew right there during the 16. It's just an awesome car. The rear end, I hate that standstill this one has. It still looks really good. So I'm glad I added this to the collection. So that's an awesome Chevy Camaro. So I'm really glad to add this to the collection. So that's awesome. Really cool car to add. So next up, finally have the new Ford Mustang Dark Horse casting, starting with Austin Centric's discount tire car from this year. So glad to finally get these Ford Mustang Dark Horse castings in my collection. Didn't think I would get any in this trip, but I did. This was the first one I got at OSM Collectibles. Which, shout out to that guy. I'm really glad to it was my second time going to his place this year. So, yeah. So I'm just really glad to add this to the collection. Love that new Ford Mustang front end. Love the number 2 discount tire look. Rear end looks really good. This is an awesome car to add to the collection. So glad I finally added Dark Horse Ford Mustang to the collection in the NASCAR Cup Series. So this is a cool car to add. Love the way it looks. Just a really cool Mustang. So yeah, that's just awesome. Really got to add this to the collection. Next up is Ryan Blaney's number 12 Menards Dark Horse Mustang as well. Found this at downtown Watkins Glen at the sellers tents. So I was really happy to get this into the collection. Just looks really awesome. Love that number 12 with the Menards scheme. New Ford Mustang front end. Just an awesome Mustang. Love the way this one looks as well. So I'm really glad to add this to the collection. Had to get a couple of Ford Mustang Dark Horse castings. So I'm glad I did. And this is a cool one to add to the collection. So I really like this one a lot, and it's an awesome Mustang. I'm really glad I added it to the collection. So yeah, that's really cool. Really glad to add this to the collection. Next up's Chris Buescher's number 17 Fasino Ford Mustang Dark Horse. Really cool looking car. Love the way it looks. This Dark Horse casting is really cool. I like it more than the older Mustang casting. Has a foil number. Love the front end. It's cool to get. The ones I got at D Motorsports were like 3 for $25, which great deal. So I got a few of them there. And this one's just awesome. I love that foil number. So this is a really cool car. I'm really glad I finally get one of these in my collection. I'm glad I got the new Ford Mustang Dark Horse. So really cool. So glad I add this to the collection as well. It just looks really good. So that's awesome. Next up, I got this at the Hollers at the Joe Gibbs one. It is finally the new Toyota casting. It's Christopher Bell's number 20 DuPont Toyota Tundra. Not Tundra, Toyota Corolla. Camry. Toyota Camry. So, really glad to find this and add to the collection. Really cool Toyota. And this new Toyota mold really has grown on me. So, it looks really nice. There's a foil number right there. Though that new Toyota front end. So it's a really nice car. Really glad I added this to the collection. Love the new look of the Toyota Camry. And yeah, this looks really nice. So it's a really cool looking car. So I'm really glad to add it to the collection. So this is really nice. So it looks really good. So I'm really glad to add that. The last Gold Series I found, and it's another Toyota Camry. It is Danny Hamlin's FedEx number 11 car. Cool thing about this one is I got it signed by Danny Hamlin on race day on Sunday. So I thought that was really cool. Signatures right there. And it's also a nice new Toyota Camry as well. Love the way it looks. Love that rear end. And yeah, it's a cool car. And it's cool to get a sign as well. So yeah, I'm really glad to add this to the collection. So So that's awesome. Can't go wrong there. So I'm really gonna add that. Last up I found this week, it is finally some winner circles. Starting with Kyle Busch's Talladega win from last year. Really cool car. So I'm really glad to add these to the collection. They're just really cool. Comes with this card. And then here's the car itself. Looks really cool. It's on this base, so I can't really show off the base, but this is really awesome. I'm so glad to add this to the collection. It looks really cool, and I'm glad I find a few of these. So I'm really excited about that. So that's just really awesome. And a cool card to add to the collection. So yeah, so glad to add this, and it looks really good. And the final car added to the collection, and it's also winner circles, is Ryan Truex number 19 Toyota Supra from last year. Really excited to pick this one up as well. Glad I did. Comes with this card. Here's the car. Awesome Supra. I'm really glad to add this to the collection. Looks really good. Really awesome car. And yeah, I'm just so glad to finally add this to the collection. So yeah, not too bad of a car, but this is really cool. I'm really glad to add this as well. So yeah, that's all I found this week. Really cool Watkins Glen haul. Can't complain. Some really awesome cars, and yeah, really glad to finally found some winner circles, some new Ford Mustangs and new Toyotas. So it was a really successful haul from up there. And yeah, and I hope you guys like this video. If you want more videos like this, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'll talk to you guys next time.